The views and opinions of the producers, hosts, and guests in the show do not directly reflect the official stand and policies of the management, the network, and the company. Is your business lucky or not at the moment? Have no fear, luck can be near or right here. You are lucky to meet the Feng Shui Master. We welcome you to the online luck mentoring program to help you unlock solutions to business case problems and profit with honor and lucky prosperity. Relax and enjoy your fun learning with your partner in luck, Master Aldric Broadcasting live from Big Media, this is Philippine Business Feng Shui.
Hi, good evening. It's another Wednesday, and tonight let's have a laid back session. Although I cannot let my hair down, so to speak, because there are no barbers or salons. No? Wala po tayong barbero ngayon. Kaya, uh, kababo. It's for that simple reason I'm wearing a cap. No? Otherwise, my hair is very unruly. Okay. So, our topic for tonight will be 8 lucky plants. Okay. Now, uh, there are lucky plants and there are unlucky plants. We will focus first in our discussions with what are plants that normally, culturally, in Asia, especially in Feng Shui, bring luck to the beholder, no? Or the gardener, or the plantito, or plantita, so to speak. So this is just a beginning of our series of the real big forest or picture. Uh, the best title could be uh, Lucky Home Garden, indoor or outdoor. But let's focus first on 8 lucky plants, and later on we can level up even to 8 luckier exotic plants. No? Uh, what's the difference between an ordinary lucky plant and an exotic plant? Well, some plants are uh, hard to find, but they can have all the luck. Okay, so you will learn, for example, as we go along. I do not like to cut down your excitement. Okay, and for a change, tonight, uh, as I define each topic, as you listen to each lucky plant, you might react right away and comment and ask questions. So we'll be more interactive. Okay? Uh, there will be kind of a lot of breaks, but it's good because it will give us time to digest the question and answer right after its specific lucky plant topic. Okay? So, no holds barred. Anything related to your notion of lucky plants, uh, do ask tonight. And before that, let's have our first station break.
We'll be back shortly. This is Philippine Business Feng Shui, only here on Big Media.
Technology allows us to explore a variety of opportunities. So why not grab one for you? Kickstart your online business with Big Benta. Create an account, visit our store builder, then make your online shop. Be visible, gain customers, and run your business hassle-free. Plus, enjoy the support of our local merchandising team to maximize our platform. Make technology work for you with Big Benta, Pinoy e-commerce site made for you. After this pandemic, let's support the Filipino community. Buy local, visit local, go local.
Now back to Philippine Business Feng Shui, only here on Big Media.
Okay, our first lucky plant. Uh, this is not necessarily in order of luck. No? Um, all of them are generically lucky, and the first plant is actually a vegetable. Now, you might ask me, do these lucky plants apply only to my garden, indoor or outdoor at home? Well, this can apply to, if you notice, if you watch K-wave movies or even Japanese teleserye movies or Asian movies for that matter. Uh, Even in office settings, they have lucky plants inside the office, indoors. Okay? So, don't be surprised. Let's say, if you visit a Japanese executive in Tokyo and behind him, his favorite office desk, the corner office, he would have a pot tending to our first lucky plant, a lettuce. Okay? Be it in the modern version of hydroponics or potted lettuce. Okay? In Chinatown, or even in Hong Kong, Singapore, uh, they have lettuce potted plants also for luck because lettuce in Asian culture, especially uh, the mothers, they look at it as a symbol of blooming prosperity. Okay, just like when the lettuce plant goes that way, as it grows, um, your prosperity blooms. No wonder if you go to Chinatown curio shops, especially Feng Shui shops, they sell lettuce figurines, no, in full bloom, uh, as if it's ready to eat on the table, no. Some call it bok choy or whatever, and some give it as gifts, corporate gifts, even for that matter, aside from personal gifts during special occasions, no. It's all to wish somebody the goodwill and luck to have blooming prosperity. Okay, so that's the uh, first lucky plant version. Okay, so let me pause for a while and see if you have any questions related to this. Just comment so we can respond right away. So there being none, we are still absorbing our new format. That's okay. It's your learning curve. Allow me to introduce certain tips in between our 8 lucky plants for you to uh, optionally uh, pick up on, no? For your own benefit as a gardener, as a feng shui aficionado. Okay, especially here in the Philippines, it's best if you're a plantito or plantita or a would-be hobbyist. It's good to take care of a malunggay tree. No? Also a vegetable, actually a herb, very good for uh, medicinal and culinary dishes. Let me relate to you a good story in a while related to malunggay, or in English it's called moringa tree, okay, or moringa plant. Okay, but my tip here is, why should you take care of moringa in your garden? First, it grows easily, no? Anywhere, any sunny corner, or inside or outside the perimeter fence, it's great. Neighbors will appreciate it as they ask for leaves, no, of the tree or even barks to serve their purposes. But for you, at least the basic purpose it can serve you, since you're into gardening, is, did you know that moringa leaves are very rich in fertilizing ingredients, especially for fellow plants? So they normally mix the leaves of the malunggay or moringa with the soil, just like compost for your garden, to have a better nutrition for your uh, plants. Okay, so that's the first order of benefit. Now, here's a trivia about moringa. There was a Japanese young man I met here in the Philippines, one drinking session. Uh, he was already, young as he was, almost a young billionaire. No? At that time, around 10, 15 years ago, he was equal to the ranks of the original owner here in the Philippines, pioneer of Asian Spirit or Air Asia. The one who brought in Fokker planes, a young guy. Um, Fuck, we were together. And he naman, he was taking charge of his father's, I think in somewhere in Mariveles, they manufacture exclusively yachts for Japanese clientele only. No, I think they have a plant here in both Mariveles and Subic. Now, what has this got to do with moringa or uh, malunggay? Okay. One day, his father got the flu or so sick in his plant in Mariveles in Bataan. Uh, and he was, shivering cold, the flu, and he had an important business trip in Japan in the next 2 days. So his maid, kasambahay in his factory, noticing that the boss was sick, prepared a special broth, uh, which he was surprised he saw when it was being prepared. Simply consisted of ordinary chicken caught from the yard, uh, and malunggay leaves, no? Taken also from the yard. Okay. And he found the soup delicious. It was like, uh, like a miso soup concoction with vegetable and, of course, pieces of meat and even papaya uh, as he consumed it, no, for that day. And he was amazed. His recovery, he sweated a lot, uh, and his fever subsided in no time. And within the next 2 days, he was up and about and ready to go to Japan. So, noting the quote unquote miracle that uh, malunggay leaves, which he enjoyed uh, eating with the broth, uh, he asked for his kasambahay to cut small bark and a few leaves, just like a leaf sample in a zip pack, and he brought them to Japan to discuss with his friends for R&D, okay, for research and development. Because he was amazed of the effects on his body uh, to enable him to go on that important trip. Okay, now what happened was uh, when the results of that research and development came out, they saw it was a very uh, potent product with culinary medicine benefits. Okay, let's say like what's being discussed now can be like off label, but he did something more Japanese to it because it's green, moringa. He asked his team to develop the first moringa tea bag ever in the world. Okay, in Japan. Okay, so uh, he was able to produce the first moringa tea bag for himself to benefit himself without any commercial volume in mind. It was just like any natural product. Okay. So after that, uh, R&D developed the packaging well, Japanese putting technology work for himself in terms of packaging, and eventually he tried exporting it as a variant to green tea. So exporting it to Europe and Canada. And you know how much for tea bag? Uh, at least $55 per tea bag. Okay, so with that alone, uh, he had a new business aside from yacht making, uh, and it grew into a large export business such that he became the first advocate in the Philippines, a foreign advocate at that, asking barangays if they want to cooperate with him in northern Luzon, especially near Bataan, along that grid, Zambales, to plant malunggay or moringa along the highways in public road areas where green development using malunggay can be used as a side garden landscape, and he will buy all the produce, okay, to feed and supply his factory. Okay, so that's one phenomenal story that up to now, I think now many competitors came about. Of course, siguro the price settled down a bit, but that's the breakthrough in any big pharma or biotech, pharma, rapid growth development. He was able to be the first and take advantage of what we say in business, the early bird gets the worm. Okay, so that's our first tip uh, on on the side. Paano ako kaya yayaman on you, Aldric? Or pack you, okay? Or pack you tips, okay? So on the side, don't fail to uh, take care of malunggay tree in your garden. Okay? So with that, we pause for a break, and I hope you already have some questions in mind as we will proceed later with our second lucky plant. Okay? Let's pause for a break for a while.
Get into the treasure trove of undiscovered music through Napalm, your new all-Pinoy alternative music program. Whether it's rock, metal, reggae, soul, or pop, we have it covered. Napalm features upcoming Pinoy artist and musician, hosted by your alternative revivalist, Charlie Diaz, and resident trajista, Parts Moro. So sit back and relax. Enjoy Napalm. Only here on V81 Radio, Manila, where alternative lives. Welcome to Pride and Proud Asia, Asia's first online radio show that champions LGBT contribution and leadership in business and in our country and the region. Hosted by the Philippine LGBT Chamber of Commerce, visibility, representation, and empowerment. This is Pride and Proud Asia. Saturdays, 8 p.m. Philippine time. Only here on V81 Radio, Manila. Happy Pride! An online program that takes you to all corners of beauty and lifestyle. This is Beauty in a Box, providing insights on how beauty and lifestyle of all kinds will be of help to everyone, may it be in their professional or personal lives, by improving one's confidence. Beauty in a Box, every Saturday, 1 p.m. Philippine time, hosted by certified makeup artist and beauty enthusiast, Aaliyah Ambre. Beauty in a Box, only here on V81 Radio, Manila. The program for the millennials that will showcase young professionals' worth, aspirations, and successes in doing what they believe is right, progressive, and inclusive. Making a difference. Making a difference. Join them as they discover the path to self and societal fulfillment while making a difference. Hosted by empowered and cool millennial Erica Mizon. Together with her cool millennials, they will be making a difference. Every Saturday, 3 p.m. Philippine time. Only here on V81 Radio, Manila. Buckle up and get ready, set, and go. We're bringing you the action on air here on Sports Watch. Join Sports Girl anchor Nicole Ganglani as she dives deep into the lives of the athletes, fitness personalities, and enthusiasts from sports industry. Sports Watch every Saturday, 11 a.m. to 12:30 p.m. Philippine time. Only here on V81 Radio, Manila.
Now back to Philippine Business Feng Shui, only here on Big Media.
Okay. Now, the, our next lucky plant. This time it's a fruit. No? Have you ever walked down to EDSA or Rojas Boulevard, or even in SLEX near the turnstile or the toll booth, and you have this, peddlers, vendors, carrying with them beautiful, tiny, in plastic garden packs, the braided small trees. Easily, they look like bonsai trees, but they're not. No, they grow real tall trees. No, and just for value added, they get 5 or 6 or three of these seedlings and they braid them intertwined to look nice, no? And even put a red ribbon. It is called uh, popularly money plant. No? But the money plant angle, I'll explain to you later why it's really a money plant. Okay. Actually, that sapling or seedling being sold to you for, it used to be very cheap. I have experience way back. We used to buy that as college students as gifts to our classmates, around 5 pesos, 10 pesos, until it became, when we were already yappies, working, wow, one small shrub like that um, began costing 650 pesos, may 1,000, 3,000, depending on the size. And they're more now evenly packaged instead of the usual plastic bag. They're in ceramic value-added pots, so they look very beautiful as decor items, no? Especially as gifts for co-office employees, bosses, as they mark special occasions on their birthdays. No? So either they bring it at home to their wives, family, or condominiums, or living rooms, or simply let it stay in their office then, no? At work. Okay. This particular sapling is actually called, it became popularized as the money plant or the treasure plant. If you Google it, uh, it's also called the Pachira, Pachira plant. Okay, it just sounds so complicated and sophisticated that you will be amazed when you discover the truth about this plant. Okay, this plant is actually castañas or chestnuts. Okay, so uh, it's a cash crop. I don't know how many years it grows, but once the seeds of the chestnuts or castañas fall off from where you planted this pachira plant in the garden or in the farm, as they scatter on the ground, seedlings will sprout, and people, of course, owners of the farm hate picking them up, hard maintenance. Others are very creative, or their workers are, they develop them into these value added products. Okay, because they're beautiful to look at, and literally, if you know how to apply it, they are money plants. Why? Because uh, if you take care of this, you grow it, you have a veritable, very fertile production of these saplings, and each time it's seeding season and seedling season, can you imagine one or three of this? You can sell anywhere from 650 pesos to at least 5,000 pesos, depending on the height and the beauty it evokes. No? Okay? So, uh, aside from the fact that if you continue really farming them with the right intentions and scientific methods, just like Chinamen or Chinese, you can have your own castañas or chestnut farm. No? You can supply your favorite, or you yourself can develop your own cart selling castañas. Okay, especially during seasonal events. No, Christmas, where it's also seasonal. No? Uh, so who will hate chestnuts in this wonderful world of nuts? Okay. So it's just a joke on the side, but that's the Pachira plant or the treasure plant. So you see a lot of this normally in bank offices, bank branches as tellers, bank managers love to have this as a lucky charm, and others all the way up to offices of COOs, CFOs, and CEOs. Okay, so that's our second uh, lucky money plan. Any questions so far? Yun, meron. Let me, Connie from Cebu and Japan and TikTok world. Okay? Uh, Pwede bang uh, plastic o figurine ang lettuce? Uh, okay. Pwede, pwede. You can buy that in Cebu sa APM Mall, yung Feng Shui shop there. Madami, daghan, no? Ah, meron din dun sa may J Square, yung lapit sa where you worked before. I don't know if you're still working there, that Japanese hotel, no? Dun sa kanilang parang souvenir shop. Pwede yun, pwede. That's why they have it, no? Uh, but of course, nothing beats a live energy lucky charm like a lettuce plant. Okay? So I hope that answers your question, Connie. Um, any others? Okay, just keep your questions coming. Uh, Let me now give you another tip. Uh, Pack you tip. Okay, paano ako kaya yayaman on you tip. Okay, of course, the first tip was malunggay as fertilizer and a potential biotech product as a substitute for green tea. You saw that potential. Others would be uh, local herbs. No? You can take care of local herbs on the side, which usually our grandmothers, mothers, aunties do. No? Basil, rosemary, thyme, even the small lime fruits, calamansi, they take care of it. It serves a lot of household purposes. And this is where the tip will really focus on this. I learned from a national artist, one of the greatest architects in the Philippines, uh, Bobby Manyosa. He was the first and foremost advocate of what we call the edible garden. So his architecture focused on the song Bahay Kubo and as a landmark for Philippine architecture. He believed in sustainable architecture, and just like how our ancestors lived in early Philippine civilization, the Bahay Kubo, our lolas survived in the barrios uh, with halaman doon kahit munti, no? Sigarilyas sa talong, enough to sustain the needs, no? The pantry needs. What we now call community pantry needs before was household pantry needs for the Bahay Kubo. So we brought us on a field trip to his Bahay Concept Mansion, Bahay Kubo Concept Mansion house in Alabang in the early 80s to orient us. So it was so wonderful. His garden was colorful. The colors were well chosen. There was a pond with tilapia right beside his master's bedroom so he can harvest or go fishing and just make pitas from his windowsill like a bahay kubo. He can make pitas tomatoes that he himself planted, and the colors are provided by the different tones of sili, be it siling labuyo, or the kamatis, the talong, sigarilyas, and yes, there was mani. Okay, so it was a complete rigmarole, and mind you, Architect Bobby is the proponent of Coconut Palace too, no? So that's his concept, promoting Filipino heritage and parochial architecture. And if you look at all our MRT stations, especially from the start, Manila, all of these are derivatives of the Bahay Kubo concept. Okay. So there, not to stray away, ang kulang na lang siguro sa ating program in the OTR. Nothing wrong if the admins of trains, I hope General Beroya is listening for MRT, no? All these Bahay Kubo stations, they can lend themselves to veritable vertical gardens where we can all plant community pantry in a way. Everybody can plant vegetables there. You just provide the pots and people can freely harvest. Be it ampalaya, labanus, mustasa, no? From the hanging gardens on the side. No? Hopefully, that will be doing greater public service, not only in our DOTR train stations creatively, but why not also in bus terminals, no? And certain portions of jeepney terminal, of which the produce can be either nominally sold for a small amount for the maintenance of at least the public toilets and maintenance of the gardens, if only to break even, or to support respective employees' cooperatives, okay, in their respective bus terminals. Okay, so that's our second PACU tip. Okay, remember, paano ako kaya yayaman on you? PACU. Okay, so with that topic, do keep on thinking for your next question, like Connie from Cebu. And let's proceed in a while after our next station break. Thank you. So let's have a station break.
We'll be back shortly. This is Philippine Business Feng Shui, only here on B Media.
Technology allows us to explore a variety of opportunities. So why not grab one for you? Kickstart your online business with Big Benta. Create an account, visit our store builder, then make your online shop. Be visible, gain customers, and run your business hassle-free. Plus, enjoy the support of our local merchandising team to maximize our platform. Make technology work for you with Big Benta. Pinoy e-commerce site made for you. After this pandemic, let's support the Filipino community. Buy local, visit local, go local.
Now back to Philippine Business Feng Shui, only here on Big Media.
Okay, we're done with the Pachira. Now we go to okay, mm, the topic of, uh, as they say, money cannot buy happiness. Okay, that's not true at all. Not in Feng Shui. Okay, in fact, in Feng Shui, if somebody tells you money cannot buy happiness, that guy or that lady is stupid. He or she does not only know where to shop. Okay? Hindi lang siya marunong saan marunong bumili ng kaligayahan. Okay? And in plants, there is one lucky plant. A group of plants actually, but one stands out best uh, to attract and literally buy happiness. Okay? So what's this plant? It's called the Phalaenopsis orchid. Okay. This is like the white orchids, the big ones, looks like floating butterflies. And it's best to choose the white uh, Phalaenopsis for whatever purposes it may serve. No, you cannot go wrong with white. White as a symbol of purity, especially of intent. So let's say if you give somebody with a Phalaenopsis, especially live plant, although as uh, Connie asked earlier, just like the lettuce, you can give artificial one, no? For the office, for the home. You will be awesomely surprised if you just try this. First in your room, next in your living room, then your office or reception tables. Uh, how the mood changes from COVID depression to cheerful vitality. Okay, so try um, having Phalaenopsis orchids. Okay, and this would be a better gift, especially the live Phalaenopsis in its flowering stage instead of roses. Okay, um, roses, how romantic it may be in English literature, Shakespeare did not know Feng Shui. Okay? He didn't know that thorny plants, like what roses have, the stem, are bad Feng Shui. It causes envy and intrigue. Okay? So, bad luck. Well, if you give away as a gift, uh, Phalaenopsis, white orchids, it shows the purity, your intentions, and feel na feel nila yon. Okay? As my late friend, Attorney Ariel Martinez would add, especially if you add chocolates and teddy bears. Okay, so uh, that's why he had a lot of secretary girlfriends while he was alive. Okay, so that's the uh, uh, third plant for happiness, Phalaenopsis orchids. Try it in your living room, but never put this in your comfort rooms or toilets. Okay? Because you flush away happiness. Okay? Be it in an office setting or at home. Got it? And that in itself, that last line, Neonopalinopsis in the toilet, is our PACU tip accompanying this particular uh, lucky plant. Any questions so far? No questions? At least you understood. You won't ask what type of chocolate you should give? Okay. Um, it's up to you. Okay. So let me proceed to the next lucky plant, the fourth one. This one is kind of pretty hard to obtain. They can, but every Chinese New Year season in Asia, even here in the Philippines, it's available in farmers market, Chinatown, especially from importers or cultivators or breeders of this, Tagaytay or cold areas, no? Because they grow well in chilly or cold areas like Baguio, Tagaytay, Silang. This is the cat plant, okay, the tangerines. Yung gini-giveaway or some people would buy as status symbols or for good luck during Chinese New Year season. Yung mga waist high or shoulder high calamansi or cat plants full or laden with cat, no? Which as they ripen into orange tangerines, they look so attractive, and even if you try it, uh, very delicious, no? And mind you, keep the seeds. Just sabog tanim, or if you want, cultivate them in pots. If you can keep it in an air-conditioned place, like a living room or an office reception area, it will grow. And during Chinese season, Chinese New Year season, like cold months, it will start blooming and growing the cat fruits to your benefit and awesome enjoyment. Okay, of course, cat or small tangerines, symbol of gold or prosperity. Okay, so the other tip is, uh, yeah, do harvest your cat. It's not there for decoration. It's there for you to enjoy during the abundance of the season where it has a lot of fruits. No? And the benefit of this is our pacu tip, is it's rich, of course, in vitamin C and very alkaline. No? You can always convert this into juice, just like the ordinary calamansi, and be healthy, improve your immune system. But as much as possible, don't go out, stay at home, okay? Because, the mutant uh, virus is now multiplying um, faster than Ninja Turtles. Okay, and uh, let's all hope and pray it does not catch up with us. Okay, so any questions so far? Who's this? Tina Casillo, from New Jersey. Uh, can you display what's this? False plants? Uh, if you can display false teeth and you can display false eyelashes, why can't you display false plants? Um, as they say, it's the thought that counts. Okay, wag lang malaglag yung pustiso. Okay? Got that, Tina? Okay. So, nothing wrong. It's all within the law of attraction. The only danger with having false plans is the mere fact that you're presuming regularity under the law of attraction, Your Honor. So you also tend to attract regular falsity. Okay? That's just the caveat, or let the applicant or user beware. Okay? The more authentic you are, the more authentic you get. Get the point? That's our accompanying PACU tip for this particular uh, uh, question in relation to the topic. Okay? Any other questions? Okay. So, with that, let's take a station break again. Medyo, your lolo is hingal-hingal na. Okay?
We'll be back shortly. This is Philippine Business Feng Shui, only here on Big Media.
Get into the treasure trove of undiscovered music through Napalm, your new all-Pinoy alternative music program. Whether it's rock, metal, reggae, soul, or pop, we have it covered. Napalm features upcoming Pinoy artist and musician, hosted by your alternative revivalist, Charlie Diaz, and resident rockista, Parts Moro. So sit back and relax. Enjoy Napalm, only here on V81 Radio, Manila, where alternative lives. Welcome to Pride and Proud Asia, Asia's first online radio show that champions LGBT contribution and leadership in business and in our country and the region. Hosted by the Philippine LGBT Chamber of Commerce, visibility, representation, and empowerment. This is Pride and Proud Asia. Saturdays, 8 p.m. Philippine time. Only here on V81 Radio, Manila. Happy Pride! An online program that takes you to all corners of beauty and lifestyle. This is Beauty in a Box, providing insights on how beauty and lifestyle of all kinds will be of help to everyone, may it be in their professional or personal lives, by improving one's confidence. Beauty in a Box, every Saturday, 1 p.m. Philippine time, hosted by certified makeup artist and beauty enthusiast, Aaliyah Ambre. Beauty in a Box, only here on V81 Radio, Manila. The program for the millennials that will showcase young professionals' worth, aspirations, and successes in doing what they believe is right, progressive, and inclusive. Making a difference. Making a difference. Join them as they discover the path to self and societal fulfillment while making a difference. Hosted by empowered and cool millennial Erica Mizon. Together with her cool millennials, they will be making a difference. Every Saturday, 3 p.m. Philippine time. Only here on V81 Radio, Manila. Buckle up and get ready, set, and go. We're bringing you the action on air here on Sports Watch. Join Sports Girl anchor Nicole Ganglani as she dives deep into the lives of the athletes, fitness personalities, and enthusiasts from sports industry. Sports Watch every Saturday, 11 a.m. to 12:30 p.m. Philippine time. Only here on V81 Radio, Manila.
Now back to Philippine Business Feng Shui, only here on Big Media.
Okay, we're back. And the fifth plant that we consider lucky, this is now a very popular landscaping feature, uh, especially in NCR Plus. Uh, but spreading even in Davao. I go to Davao, I see this. And number one proponent are developments of malls, especially Ayala communities. No? Well, of course, these developers compete with each other and they use this. No? The apparent popularity of this particular plant is the deep meaning in Feng Shui behind it. It means good health and more profits. So if you're a developer, of course, if you have your own house, you're a developer. You're developing your own micro property, no, as residence. But for big land developer, the civil works that goes with it, and at the end of the day, how to have an integrated community, even landscape, lighting, and architecture are integrated well. And this symbolic uh, piece of plant is very effective. Uh, it's called the Chinese pole bamboo. Okay, so you enter any uh, Ayala development, be it in Davao, here in Trinoma, or any other gated community that they have, as well as competitors, always you will not be remiss of having this as perimeter fencing, uh, especially in parking spaces, uh, for the ultimate reason of attracting good health and more profits to add to corporate or shareholder wealth, as well as to the environment of the community, as well as consumers and tenants of the place, no? From condos, subdivisions, you see this in Nuvali, wherever, no? Okay, so it's not the ordinary pole bamboo that you can see being made into bahay kubo by the roadsides. No? No, no, no. It's a special kind of bamboo, uh, just like the food for the panda bears. Okay, it's like a tall grass and propagates easily. Now, the nice thing about this is it provides uh, breezy shelter, and the mere fact that it attracts birds and nesting places for these small maya or birds, save for pandemic, no, like bird flu. Uh, just don't use this as fencing for your if you're into poultry or livestock farm, because it can bring in pandemic, no, as migratory birds roost on this. No? But the positive side is uh, it provides a cooling effect and the optical illusion of having always springtime no, in your environment. Laging fresh. Okay? Para ka na sa Taiwan, Singapore, Hong Kong. Okay? You know, that tourist feeling. Okay? And you can go indoor, outdoor, depending on your green thumb uh, skills. Okay? This is available a lot, no? Especially here in NCR Plus, Victoria, Laguna, Los Baños. You can buy them wholesale. Malinta exit. Uh, but do start with a few stocks and eventually propagate them. Uh, then, over the long term, you get to enjoy. No? The best is if you can even develop, you have a big yard, uh, like what the developers are attempting in their newly instituted developments, be it malls or subdivisions. It look like the Arashima in Japan, bamboo grove. That's how comfortable looking it can get and aesthetic too. Okay, and the side good news in along this tip or pacu tip is if birds start roosting and having nests in your bamboo Chinese pole bamboos, just good news. No? It means fortune is on its way to you. Okay, so that's the Chinese pole bamboo. Okay, uh, any questions so far? No questions? Okay. Our next lucky plant. Okay. Okay. Uh, Before we leave the topic of bamboo, uh, there are other many lucky bamboos. Don't worry, we will cover them. No, but the best and foremost is the Chinese pole bamboo. Okay, and there are unlucky bamboos too. Okay, so you have to be uh, that careful too. Okay. Uh, the sixth is actually, let me read. Mhm. Oh, the sixth is one of the exotic plants in Asia, uh, well propagated and made popular by missionaries and monks, Buddhists, Hindus, for the uh, tonic power as tea that they bring. No? And this is the ginseng plant. No? Uh, for some, it might be easy for them to obtain. I've seen a lot of ginseng plantations, even in Bacolod, and but mostly some were successful in simply, when they have this Korean wine bottle of ginseng with the ginseng stem inside, after they consume the wine, they take out the roots and they try replanting it, and that's how potent the plant is. It grows, no, even if they pot it at home, no. So uh, this is the benefit of ginseng, and if you just know how to cultivate and use it wisely, especially for herbal medicine and as a tonic, very good, no? Okay, that's where the luck is. Okay, for some use it as a culinary adjunct to, let's say, ginseng chicken and other dishes. Okay. Mhm. Now, uh, let's go to uh, the seventh. No? Uh, the seventh lucky plant is what we call the real money plant. Okay? This used to abound. Uh, it's also called the lettuce tree, no? Or lettuce plant, but different from the lettuce vegetable. Okay, it's a tree. It's very evergreen in color, bright, sunny. The look is like you're in Korea, Taiwan, or very Asian. And during the martial law years, this was very popular as a landscaping adjunct. The whole Rizal Park was almost dotted by this lettuce plant or money tree. I think if you go now to Rizal Park, left side of the Tamaraw, coming from the pedestrian crossing of the Rizal Monument, there are only two money trees remaining there. In the 70s, when my brothers and I and grandfathers or uncles would make pasyal to Luneta, we would always picnic under these huge trees. No? Uh, Lately, the only place where I see abundance of this and really carrying on its original uh, mission is in the halls of Congress. No? Left and right of the north entrance of Batasang Pambansa, the main entrance, and the south are lettuce plants. Okay, so uh, if that's any consolation to our representatives uh, in terms of producing money for their respective constituents from the national budget allocations, rest assured, for as long as these money trees are alive in the grounds of Congress, uh, we can afford any bayanihan 1, 2, 3. Okay? With these trees. Okay? So, uh, that's it. And I learned from Cebu uh, that the lettuce tree is edible. No? They also use the trees leaves like lettuce. That's why it's called lettuce tree. Uh, Accompanying certain dishes. No? So the most popular is for Korean cooking, the samgyeopsong. Where you place the meat on the lettuce. They substitute instead of the lettuce vegetable leaf. They use the leaves of this tree because it's more young. No, it's a more yellow green, evergreen, and vigorous looking and yummy. Okay, so uh, that's the other benefit of having this tree. You also have an edible garden. Okay, you can use it for salads and others. Okay, so that's our uh, seventh uh, plant. No? Now, what's our eighth plant? Okay, our eighth plant, by way of a joke, is not the eggplant. Okay, it just sounds the same. But in these times of pandemic, uh, there is what we call a Feng Shui hugot. No? This has been a long kept secret for many a businessman in especially in Philippine Feng Shui practice. When I was learning Feng Shui, I was always surprised uh, if our clients were normally uh, like in a desert area, especially gas stations, they were exposed to the heat of the sun, and because of the pollution of the vapors of the gasoline, hard to have a nice landscaping. No? So what they normally prescribe for luck is the yucca plant. Okay, the original yucca desert-looking plant. So in case you're not familiar with it, you can Google it. The spelling is Yucca. Okay, yucca. Okay. Now, why yucca plant? Being a desert plant, it thrives on its own. It's a survivor. Uh, no need for hard maintenance. So just like a cactus plant, it supports itself with its own humidity and moisture, and uh, especially in Las Vegas, the saying is when you see a yucca plant, it's also called the money plant for every spike because the leaves are spiky and there are bunches, no, or heads they call it. So the more heads of the yucca plant and more spikes, the better, because for every spike of the leaves you see, imagine a dollar bill uh, punctured by that leaf. So literally, it symbolizes a money plant. And you know how gamblers think. And the only thing uh, uh, not wrong with how gamblers think is uh, they attract what they think. Okay, so you know what that means. Okay, so in relation to this, our PACU tip for the yucca is there are many variants of yucca. Okay, uh, of course, if you can get the original yucca, the better. But there are two cousins of the yucca that can be substitutes, especially for indoor. Although yucca itself is very awesome as an indoor office plant. It thrives even on aircon, just a little sunlight from time to time. But only with water it will thrive. No? What are the two other variants? Some call it the Japanese yucca or whatever term, but it's actually the uh, red and green variety. No? Similar but on a smaller uh, version. Okay, and it can be potted, and of course, uh, it's not bulky. But sometimes the bulkiness of the original yucca adds more luster and aesthetics to an interior. Okay, especially if you're a green aficionado. If you like, you know, uh, looking at a plant as a piece of art. Okay. So, any questions so far? We've completed the 8 plants. Uh, okay, there. Who's this? First, Master, what direction do we plant the Chinese pole bamboo in your farm? Oh, ulit ka na eh. Sinabi ko na sa'yo all around. Di ba? You're not listening, Ferdy. No wonder. Okay? uh, the secret to success is to listen well. Okay? Obedience is your first lesson since grade 1. Ever since your teacher taught you hands on the desk. Why? To enable you to let your ears work towards your brain rather than scratch your balls. Okay? So, start planting pole bamboo all around the farm. Okay? Any other questions? Any other questions? Okay. Now, an offhand, wait, I'll answer Tina Casino first. Huh? Master Aldric, are small bamboo plants placed in, in pots lucky? Yes, yes, yes. Okay. Uh, just avoid turning them into bonsai. Okay? You know naman how bonsai works. Uh, they structurally uh, uh, form to be bonsai, the Japanese way of doing it. But in Feng Shui, bonsai is malas. Okay? There was once the brother of George T. Bill T. brought me to his friend Jose Dance, bonsai aficionado here somewhere in New Manila. It's a good thing the purpose was not to get bonsai. As we entered the property, uh, almost a hectare full of bonsai. Every square meter bonsai. Until we came upon a koi pond. We went there pala to buy a koi. Okay. So I said, whew. And Mr. Dance was laughing at me. Sabi niya, why? Hey, nako. Baka palayasin niyo po ako. Sabi niya, why? Because you're gonna ask me about bonsai, uh, I will have to recommend you dispose of all this bonsai around your garden. He almost died laughing. Okay? So at least he sold koi. Okay? So, uh, well, that's how life is. So Tina, be careful. You can go yung artificial bamboos, small decor, Okay lang yan. Nothing wrong. Okay. So, what's my other uh forgot tuloy my tip. Okay. So, all, all throughout this uh 8 lessons, these are the first 8 lucky plants, no. As we go along, there are other clusters more, no. Like in the bamboo alone, there are many types, no. Buddha belly, whatever, but let's go more specific on the proper applications in the future. Okay? So, and especially bad plants also, unlucky plants, especially what we call the graveyard plants. If you want an environment like a cemetery, you can plant la chuchi, so you always sleep like in peace in a funeral parlor. You smell the corona ng patay. Okay? So you have to be uh, choosy when it comes to enjoying your life using Feng Shui. Okay? Suffering is optional in Feng Shui. So be it. So any other questions so far? We have 15 minutes. No questions thus far? Okay. Since no questions thus far, I will add tips. As a PACU tip, 3 ground rules for gardening to avoid bad luck. Okay. Avoid creeping plants. Those that creep on the ground or have a tendency to droop to the ground. Okay? So, yung mga bougainvillea na pababa, buhok ni Maria, buhok ni Bruja, okay? Kala nyo, hindi ako nag-gardening, ha? Alam ko din yun, yung mga sekreto ng lola nyo. Okay? So, uh, that you have to be careful about and worry about creeping and drooping plants. Okay? That's the first category. Second, thorny plants. Hindi yung corn. Yung corn, corny lang yon. Okay? Ang thorny, yung matulis, yung may tinik. So, roses, American roses, yan. Kalamansi, yung ano na yun, mahaba tinik. Suha, okay? So, you have to be careful about all this. Okay, let's go back to one question by Ferds Medina. Master, what other water plants are lucky besides lotus plant? Okay, I'll give you one simple thing to start with. Okay, duckweeds. Okay, just buy from your local pet store or mamulot ka sa kanal ng duckweed, lagay mo dun sa lagoon nyo. Padamihin nyo yung duckweed. Okay? Why? Because this will start aerating your lagoon if it's stagnant. Okay? It's like a micro lotus plant. It produces oxygen for your pond. Okay? And especially you have pecking ducks, as they waddle and struggle to enjoy the duckweeds. Mabilis din dumami yung duckweeds. So, karera na lang sila, survival of the fittest. Go back to your grade 4 science book. Okay? So, duckweed, if not, watercress. No? Pinasosyal ko lang. No? Kangkong. Okay? So, kangkong, if you can see in Makati before, the whole Makati was kangkungan. You can walk from Subel Rojas to the post office and straddle along planks over kangkungan. Okay? And below you have dalag, tilapia, gurami, whatever. Complete ecosystem. Okay? You will have, of course, just shy away from attracting bullfrogs unless you want to disturb your pigs during rainy season, because as mating season comes, their mating calls will distract the pigs. Okay? Kakaroon ng rock concert yung iyong lagoon. Okay? So, I hope that answers your questions. Kangkong lang, the best. At least, kangkong, you have double purpose. And duckweeds. No? The duckweeds for the ducks, pecking ducks, and plating of the pond. The kangkong for your pigs. No? Original kanin baboy is made of kangkong, di ba? And molasses. Okay? Next question. Monchet Larano. Master, what's this? Late na ako. Nakapag, ano, tune in. What about ang cactus? Yun. Ah, timely question. Tama lang yung late ka. As I was adding to my tips, pack your tips, avoid thorny plants. So cactus are thorny plants. Okay. Why? The thorns disrupt the flow of energy in your environment and triggers also envy and intrigue. No? So, yung iba, kita mo yung mga Bulgis sa New Manila, sa Forbes, uh, pagarahan sila ng bugambilya, kalaylay, sa pader, daming tinik. Pero, wasak ang dysfunctional family because of envy and intrigue. Talo pa ang royal families sa scandal. Kaya mahirap din maging mayaman. Akala niyo ba? Okay. So, that's it. Thorny plants and creeping plants. Those are the two things lang to avoid when it comes to gardening. Oh, who's this? Maring Mabel. Okay. How about, ano to? The, paano, photos? So usually climbs. Okay lang. If it's a climbing plant, you allow it to climb lang. And seek its level, kung may balag, trellis, then you allow it, okay? And good thing you asked that. The best plant to have is what trellis restaurant where you used to eat in when you were studying in UP. Uh, as one of the best plants. It's called the millionaire's vine. Okay, millionaire's vine goes up. You can discipline it. Then the balag or the trellis, uh, the roots will drop. The redder the roots are, millions come in, and that's literally true. If nobody has tried it yet, try it, and at least first time you experience to become a self-made millionaire, uh, which your parents, your husband, or your friends will be glad about, no? To learn. And of course, you learn from it. Yeah, Mare, yeah. Kilala mo naman. I'm the one who taught me about the legend, urban legend, which is true, of uh, this millionaire's vine is Arnel Papa, your kababayan in Marilao, Bulacan, the sole exporter of Carabao horn and bones products for Vogue magazine under the Josie Natori line. Okay. Now, who's this? Tina Casino. Uh, how about Zamia plants and millionaire's vine? Oh yes, you touch on it, Tina, no? Millionaire's vine. Zamia plants, they're also good. Let's save that for a later date. We go along. And as I mentioned, this is just the first batch of 8 lucky plants. Okay. Who's this? Maria Teresa. Meron po bang plant kontra sa ano yan? Trouble or intrigue? Tinatawa mo naman ako doon. May plant kontra sa trouble at intrigue. Ano, cactus. Bougainvillea causes that, di ba? Dami kasing chismosa, daming ano. Sabi, kung yun ang cause, yun din ang pangontra. Okay? Bigyan mo ng cactus yung intrigera at saka yung ingetera. Okay? Bigyan mo ng bougainvillea, yung maraming tinik. Okay? Kaya lang, handa ka lang, ingat ka sa gagawin mo. In Feng Shui, we all believe in karma. Okay? So, any other questions? We have 3 minutes. We'll have one last station break. Okay?
We'll be back shortly. This is Philippine Business Feng Shui. Only here on Big Media.
Technology allows us to explore a variety of opportunities. So why not grab one for you? Kickstart your online business with Big Benta. Create an account, visit our store builder, then make your online shop. Be visible, gain customers, and run your business hassle-free. Plus, enjoy the support of our local merchandising team to maximize our platform. Make technology work for you with Big Benta, Pinoy e-commerce site made for you. After this pandemic, let's support the Filipino community. Buy local, visit local, go local.
Now back to Philippine Business Feng Shui. Only here on Big Media.
Okay. So, we go. Remember the partnership. When you want to have lucky plants, you should also cultivate lucky fertilizer. So, as much as possible, do cultivate integrated gardening. No? Like, let's say if you have a pet hens or roosters, the chicken manure or whatever, even dog poop, you can create a compost. Try also earthworms. So you have a very rich garden soil. Okay? And you can do research even on Facebook. As I mentioned earlier, malunggay leaves will help you produce a good compost topsoil fertilizer also. Okay? So, with that, next week, let's tackle ang lucky plants to avoid. Anong dapat iwasan na halaman. Okay? So, stand by and remember, sa ikaunlad ng bayan, Feng Shui at fertilizer ang kailangan. Pati, of course, don't forget the halaman. Okay? See you next week.
We're harnessing luck and success in doing business. This is Philippine Business Feng Shui at your service. Sa ikaunlad ng bayan, Feng Shui ang kailangan. Hosted by your partner in luck, Master Aldric Dalumpines, every Wednesdays at 8 p.m. See you on our next learning modules for luck in business.